Hey, what's up, everybody? This is me, Robert, and welcome to another installment of Eat, Sleep, Play, Talk, Wrestling, Repeat. And the gameplay I'm showing you right now is Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's for the PlayStation 4. And the topic I'm going to discuss is favoritism. When you hear about favoritisms, you see it everywhere you go. Not only in wrestling, but in sports or in workplace or anywhere you see is favoritism. And why I bring this up is what I've been seeing in not only WWE but any promotion out there, mostly the most popular promotion. You see you see it in WWE, you see it in New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, not so much. Ring of Honor, not so much. They don't show it, but they won't show favoritism. They're just picking the next guy who represent or face for the company. And as a wrestling fan, I remember back in the day when we see a upcoming guy and we see him work through his career from a rookie into a main event guy. Prime example, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Before he came in to WWF, back in the day, he was, stunning Steve Austin in WCW. He was Steve Austin in ECW. But when he came to WWF, he was the ringmaster. And he had to work through it. And when he finally get that opportunity with the circumstance with Triple H and the curtain call, Stone Cold Steve Austin become who he is today. Stone Cold Steve Austin after he won the King of the Ring and say his famous line, Austin 316 means I'll just whoop your ass. And ever since then, he had to work hard, bust his ass, and made it to the top. And we follow his career when he captured the Intercontinental Championship. And then after that, he captured the tag team title. And then he win the Royal Rumble, main event of WrestleMania, become the WWE champion. And we see that because we follow him and we ride with him. Same thing with Triple H. Back then he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the Blue Blood, as he captured the Intercontinental Championship. And then after that transformed from Blue Blood into the D Generation X with Shawn Michaels, then the leader of the DX Army with New Age Outlaw and X-Pac. And that's where you got the customs. That's where we got the custom to seeing that because we see the guys rise through it and work hard. Nowadays, we just see guys being pushed for the wrong reason or being pushed too fast. We see a prime example, Alberto Del Rio in WWE. We see him through he came up through SmackDown, had a couple of matches, and then easily win the Royal Rumble, push forward, headlining WrestleMania, and then same year he captured the WWE Championship after he won the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashed it in on SummerSlam. He got that push way too fast, and I thought he should boost it up or work hard and rise to the top. But after he captured all the major all the major title, he captured the WWE Championship, captured the World Heavyweight Championship, Money in the Bank, and the Royal Rumble. That was like pretty much it. There's nothing else they can do with him. Same thing with Sheamus. He came from ECW and then skyrocketed to become the WWE champion because of I won't say backstage policy, but a little bit favoritism because he had hit with Triple H and a little bit push from Vince McMahon. But it wasn't that bad when you got John Cena. Back in the day when we were fan of John Cena, we come out the ruthless aggression Cena, and then he transformed to basic thugonomics Cena, and we was right with him. Like, okay, we see this guy, came from like a heel gimmick into slowly as a baby face, but we still like him because I thought he was like cool character, to like until he getting too much, too much. I put say too much success. I guess that's the right thing to say, but he get too much success and he become the company guy, not people like us. And that's what we see through the bullshit when Cena drop his accents and become a different person. And that's what we see the fans start turning him. And we almost see the same thing with Roman Reigns. When we like him, he was part of the Shield, and he was the former WWE Tag Team Champions with Seth Rollins. And not only that, we had all of us had discussion on FTW podcast, a couple of years back, saying which three guys deserve to be in main event, and all of us, we said these guys deserve the main event: Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, but we don't know who. But we see Roman Reigns been heavily favored by the fans, but at the same time with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, until Vince McMahon handpicked Roman Reigns over any other talent deserved to get that main event spot. Like not Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan. But we look at Roman Reigns, I guess they picked him because the so-called he got the look, which that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Like we look at Yokozuna, he's a big guy, but we like him because he's a monstrous heel at the time. But today, when you look at Roman Reigns, you say, okay, he got the look, but he have hard time talking because all the things to Vince McMahon promo he had fed to him or write for him, and he's the first guy I know who get ridiculed for that bum ass promo. And I didn't like when he did the Superman promo. When he started making that bullshit sound effects about Superman, that's why I almost lost interest of him. He can wrestle, but the promo I can't connect with him. When you have a promo, it make it believable. Prime example, the Briscoe brothers. And my all-time favorite promo from the Briscoe brothers when they about to fight the Bullet Club in the New Japan Pro Wrestling tour at the Yokohama, when the Briscoe brothers pull out the guns, saying like we don't need being a part of the Bullet Club. We got our own Bullet Club. When they pull out the AK-47, the Mossberg shotgun, the Glock 18 with the extended clip. I mean, those guys, that's them. They are real. They are real, farmers. They are country. That's them boys. I can relate to them. But when you got WWE uh pick out their favorite wrestler just to boost up the company and force fed us, we will reject. It's different because you look at New Japan Pro Wrestling before Wrestle Kingdom 9. AJ Styles was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. To me, I thought AJ Styles is going to headline at Wrestle Kingdom 9, which it would be cool. It would be dope. I would love to see AJ Styles and Okada fight each other one more time at the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 9. But they decide to pick Hiroshi Tanahashi to become the champion, become the face of the company again, and headline for Wrestle Kingdom 9. In which I don't have a plan with it, but I wish they could have go with AJ Styles. But it wasn't that bad, like WWE. Same thing with TNA. They could have, picked anybody, but they don't show favoritism. But they do show if you come to TNA and show your dedication and hard work, you can be a heavyweight champion. You can be a main event player. Prime example, Eric Young. We see him become the tag team champion, the global champion, the X Division champion, and even he ever held the TNA Knockout Tag Team title, ODB. But when he earned the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, he deserved it, and we were all happy. But when you look at the opposite side, you look at Daniel Bryan, because because people in WWE think he ain't got the look, he don't have the right formula to become the main event. They was about to stick him with Sheamus for WrestleMania 30 just because what happened in WrestleMania 28, which that the stupidest storyline ever. But us fans, we root for Daniel Bryan because he deserved it. And in my own opinion, I think it'll be you got to throw away all the favoritism. Just go back to old school formula. It's like if the guy who bust his ass deserved to get this shot, deserved to be in the main event, deserved to get the major title, depending on any company. It could be TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, any other promotion, Indies perhaps. But those big companies I mentioned, if they don't change their ways, I think us fans would be sick and tired of it, and it would become boring and dull. Well, that's my video. Leave a like button, leave a comment. What's your thoughts about favoritism in pro wrestling? Do they need to change it up? Do they need to go back to old school roots? Give me your thoughts. Until then, I see you guys in the next installment. Bye.